So, what are we doing here, hun?
We're wrapping up the European portion of our potato contest, and we just wanted to talk about the things that we've learned in this portion of our potatoing. All of the potatoes we've harvested so far on the board have been Warba potatoes. Now, Warbas are a first early that are particular to this area. We've gotten them at stores before. We love the flavor. They taste delicious. So we wanted to grow Warba potatoes. And we have found that, in fact, we don't care for the Warba potatoes. I think the first thing you want to do is always grow the things you like. Now, we did like them. They were very tasty. But what a pain to clean. The charm of the Warbas is how they have these little pink eyes and they're just, kind of weird shapes. Well, that's really hard to clean. And our Warbas came in the same time that all of the commercial growers' Warbas came in, and they were $2 a bag. So we're not going to grow these again because while we really like the flavor, they're too much of a pain. I think the only reason to grow Warbas is if you're in an area where they don't have them commercially and you really, really want the earliest potato possible because they are the earliest homegrown potato. So there's that. But they have them here in the grocery store, so we're not doing it again.
That's just for us, though.
Just for us.
Yeah, they were delicious.
They were delicious, but maybe there's other potatoes that we can grow that are easier to clean.
Jennifer's.
Like Jennifer's.
Yes, we like those. Okay, so let's run through what we think we've learned and hopefully get some comments on helping us learn a little bit more. Okay, so they all got planted the same time. They got planted on March 17th, St. Paddy's Day. So one of the big things we've learned is watering. We didn't exactly water very much. We did see some videos. Duncan, Coastal Gardens Northwest, nailed it. Showed us his garden tour. He's got an amazing garden, and how he waters his potatoes fairly regularly. So I got in the comments and started talking to him, and a bunch of you other guys also helped us out. So we started watering. But I think the most interesting things that we kind of learned are from the two bottom ones, which is Duncan and Horty's Hughes, and then the two top ones. With Duncan and Horty, neither of the inputs that we put in the beginning contained hardly any nitrogen. Horty's was just dirt from the garage, and we were hoping his soothing voice would overcome that. It did a bit. But definitely just 1 pound. And then Duncan's, we just put seaweed in, which again doesn't have a whole lot of nitrogen. And the amount that we put in, there's a lot of salt content in there, and it probably didn't do the potatoes any favors, which is definitely the case when you're not watering them. The ones that took off the most were Helen's and also Bill and Val's. So the common denominator there was bloodfish and bone, lots of nitrogen, 444 for organic fertilizer, and also worm castings. So Helen's and Bill and Val's took off right away. They kind of looked like the healthiest of the whole group. And then, so they actually kind of finished in the middle of the pack. We didn't actually add a whole lot of new. Okay, we can go again. So yeah, Helen and Bill and Val, we didn't actually add a whole lot of inputs to it after they suggested. We just gave them a little bit of liquid plant feed and some wood chips around the base. So again, these are all in the 2 pound range, which is great, awesome. Allen's came up to 3 pounds. He had worm castings, and then we really think that the grass clippings might have something to do with this, because Terry, who finished on top, Terry King, aside from the Miracle Grow, we added a ton of grass clippings, and I think that really helped retain the moisture in there. And then Steve speaks for himself. I can't even explain what actually happened. There's something like aluminum sulfate and some other stuff. So again, just like knowledge is power, because Steve's was really kind of not healthy looking at all before we started following his instructions, and then the thing just came to life, right? So
yeah, we actually felt bad about harvesting his because it was doing so well.
Yeah, it was actually we harvested it at its healthiest point. So so yeah, I mean the main takeaways is, you know, basically water fairly consistently. The material aside from Horty Hughes was pretty much all the same. It was our old compost mixed with some bag compost, and then mixed with some dirt from behind the garage there. Terry's, interestingly enough, was basically much more coarse. It was like he does a video on his leaf mold rejects. He's got this crazy contraption that he sifts his leaf mold and his compost in, and he did a experiment one year where he grew potatoes in just leaf mold rejects, and they did really well. So I think the leaf mold, I don't know, maybe the coarseness of the material helped the potatoes in some way, but I'm sure the Miracle Grow and I'm thinking the grass clippings really helped as well. So so yeah, it was awesome. I think we learned a ton. Most importantly, we learned that we don't love growing Warbas, just because of the processing and stuff like that. But super fun. Definitely gonna do it again. And yeah, I think we'll be more successful as time goes on. Kind of tends to happen with gardening, I think.
It really does.
Fishing, gardening, golf. Well, golf not so much, but so yeah, awesome.
Great. And there's more squares on the board because we do have other contestants in a slightly different contest.
Right.
And as you can see, we need to harvest some potatoes. So
Stop the tater. They're getting fried right now.
let's
Oh,
go.
we should water them.
Jeez. Yes, we
It's
should.
been a couple days. So
Okay.
yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for putting up with us on this.
Yeah, this was fun.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
Super fun. Now we have a whole bunch of nice spent compost to sift and to plant other stuff in. So
Perfect.
here we go.
Thanks, everybody. Stay awesome.
Exciting days. What are we doing here, hun?
We are wrapping up.
More bite for your buck. Perfect.
There we go.